get straight into the game soon. Dubzje there in the red Leverkusen top, going up against the Brazilian NSE Vini. So it is Dubzje with kickoff here, attacking left to right. No, sorry, Vini is actually in the red, despite the fact that Dubzje is wearing the red in real life. Bit confusing, but Dubzje's in the white strip, right to left. So it's Vini on the ball. Done really well to get this far, you have to say, Mike. Upset the odds a little bit, but he could still go further. People have not backed him in previous rounds, and he's upset them.
And both of these players were at the playoffs last year. Neither of them were able to get into the FIFA E World Cup. So this is a big step in the right direction if they're able to progress their tournament. Obviously, one of them will. But both these guys need to get to the final to give themselves a chance of claiming that 16th position.
Yes, indeed. Very interested to see the approach of these two players here. And Vini's been trying to play around the back a little bit there. And he might regret it because he's lost the ball to Dubzje, sorry, but Vini gets it back. And now he can attack. Ronaldo, a little bit isolated. So he's going to hold up the ball. You know, Ronaldo's more than capable of doing that. You can play the target man option if you need him to. He can be an out-wide winger if you want him to. He's really the complete attacker, along with the likes of Kai Havertz, a player that you really like, Mike. Maybe the new Ronaldo in terms of FIFA meta, at least. And here's the original Ronaldo. Plays it to Neymar. Strong tackle from Patrick Vieira there for Vini.
And it's worth mentioning, as much as I compliment Dubzje's defense, he has not been a prolific scorer, so he kind of needs to keep it low scoring in order to give himself the best chance to win a match, because he hasn't been one of those guys that scores 7, 8, 9, 10 goals throughout both legs.
Needs to keep it tight. Interesting that free kick, he didn't whip it into the box. We've seen a number of goals scored from balls being delivered onto the head of, say, Ronaldo in the box. And it's been a very effective tactic, but not something that Dubzje's trying to use here. He's going a bit more slow, a bit more patient. And Havertz plays it back to Vieira. Neymar trying to get past Ruud Gullit. Ruud Gullit too strong for him. Good header there from Van Dijk. Vieira. Over to Gullit now. Switch of play. Lofted pass over to R9 Ronaldo. Can't get past Da Costa. Gets it back though. Finds Militao. Gullit. Militao, a player that I'm sure a lot of people will be using more next year. The fact that he's moved to Real Madrid, he's going to be very popular and gives their defence new options, of course. Early shot there, green timed from Havertz, but couldn't find it on target, despite the fact it was hit with his favoured left boot.
And Vini's a player that's not fun to go up against, because you're going to have to battle to get opportunities. He basically plays the ultimate drop back and looks to counterattack, kind of that Jose Mourinho, pack it in and then release, release, release. So if you're playing against Vini online, in person, you know that you're going to have to work for every single opportunity.
So Jose Mourinho's tactics have become synonymous with kind of, you know, some would say parking the bus and things like this, but you've got to remember, Jose Mourinho has won a ridiculous amount of trophies. It's effective, it's worked for him, could be working for Vini here.
And if you look at the radar on the screen, you can see that he has, Vini has no player near half field even. Everyone's packed in.
Chance here, shot again off target from Dubzje, again with Havertz as well. Two early chances for the German, and he can't find the target. He can't test the keeper. 97% passing for the German Dubzje though, very impressive. Only 87% for the Brazilian Vini, whose passing's not been quite up to Dubzje's standard. Yellow card as well for Vieira, one of the worst players to have on a yellow card on the pitch. And now we see Vini actually work up the pitch. Early shot, that's how you do it. Vini shows Dubzje he only needs one chance. And he's taken it. And he said Dubzje's not been scoring a lot of goals, Mike. He's going to have to score at least one now.
This feels similar to yesterday. We were watching Vini play Rafsu, where Rafsu would have the ball, Vini breaks, Vini gets a 1v1 or some sort of 50-50, maybe a half chance, and the man converts. He's definitely clinical. You can't doubt him in any of those situations or scenarios on the pitch.
Yeah, conversion rate is through the roof. And yeah, he punished Rafsu, a really, really highly tipped player. Vini has to be taken seriously now as a contender. And the winner of this plays Stokes. If they get through that, they've got a really strong chance of making it to the FEWC. Another yellow card though for Vini. It's his second he's picked up in the first half of this first leg. He's going to have to play 65 minutes with two guys balancing on a tightrope, so to speak. Maybe he's got some defensive substitute options just to give him another option there. We shall see.
He must be playing with like one for depth as well. You can see everybody's in the box. Literally everyone. This reminds you when you're playing an online match And even if you're in person, like this at a LAN event as well, it starts to mess with your mentality a little bit because you're thinking, oh, I'm going to have to work to get a chance. And if I don't take my chance, I got to chase the game. That's kind of what's happening now. Vinny's going side to side. He's already got an opening goal. And Dubzie's got to decide, does he want to be more aggressive? Is he going to be able to keep that patience on the offensive end in terms of his build-up? Because there's not going to be counter-attacking opportunities other than maybe a split second once Vinny's committed bodies forward.
You've got to say, so far at least, Vinny's defence has been very resolute, although he's got a bit of a problem here with Da Costa, advancing down the right side. Once again, equal to the challenge, equal to the threat caused by Dubzje. And yeah, he's been pretty forceful in defence, picked up a couple of yellows for it, but he's not really given, apart from a couple of pot shots on the edge of the box, he's not given Dubzje the kind of quality chance that Vinny had himself. Oh, lovely touch. I'm not sure if it was deliberate from Eusebio, but he beat his man. Now, when he gets the ball, Dubzje, because he plays so deep, as you point out, Vinny, what he has to do is he has to hold the ball up a little bit. He has to waste some time for 5 or so seconds while the players advance up the pitch and give him some help.
Well, he's looking for an early outlet, but if the early outlet isn't there, then you're right. He does need to buy himself a little bit more time, and he has no problem swinging it side to side to look for those angles, to find some additional space on the pitch.
Here we go then. Can Vinny double his lead here? Oh, he's hit it from distance. He timed it perfectly, but so far out there from Eusebio. Van der Sar not worried about that one. Now Dubzje gets another chance as we approach the end of this first half. Still the first leg, of course. Another leg to come after this one. Neymar on the left side here for Dubzje. Can he find the key to unlock the defence of Vinny? So far he can't. This is good. Neymar, can he get a shot off? La Croquetta's his way into the box. Van Dijk says no.
A little too predictable there from Dubzje as well. Great job with the build-up, the intricate passing, got himself into an attacking position. But I think everyone at home, including us, we knew a La Croquetta was coming.
Chance for Vinny now getting into the box with Ronaldo. Can he find another man in red here? He gets it to Neymar. Hullit's ahead of him. Hullit goes first time to Eusebio. Eusebio assessing his options here. Goes back to Hullit. Patient from Vinny. Winding down this clock into injury time of the first half now. Trying to flick up across. Stopped by Dubzje. Has he now got a chance? No, he gives the ball away, and this will be the last attack. It's going to fall to Dubzje if he's quick. Oh, that's a strong tackle. Nullified the threat, but I think it's going to be another yellow card. That's 2 defenders and a central defensive midfielder for Vinny, all on yellows. At what point does he think about changing them?
It's still a smart veteran foul. You don't want to give up a goal just before half. You're up 1-0. He knew what he was doing there. He took the yellow card. It's a reset, but Dubzje shouldn't get a chance here.
No, the whistle will go any second now, I imagine. There it is. Okay, so we're going to go into the second half of this first leg with Vinny in charge. Just by 1 goal. Not a massive lead, but you talked yourself, Mike, about how Dubzje's not scoring a huge amount of goals. He's had a fantastic defence. It's less than a goal a game on average he's been conceding, right? He's already conceded that goal. So he's already below average by his standards this tournament.
Well, we've seen Vinny make some mistakes versus Rafsu. Remember, Rafsu almost poised that comeback, trying to swing the ball side to side, trying to kill off the clock. So it's important right now for Dubzje to make sure not to be too aggressive. Because if you do leave space, if you do step too aggressively, that's exactly what Vinny wants. He'd love to have those counterattacks. And it's only 1 goal at the end of the day. So you want to stay patient. You want to make sure that you're good to go in terms of recycling the play, looking for your angles, and you've got to be better in your 1v1s or be more clinical. We can talk about Dubzje having a couple good chances. They were time green, but he just put too much power. He put him a little bit too far wide. And you only need 1 chance time and time again if you're Vinny. He's sitting and waiting, almost like a specialist.
We've seen that. He's very good at taking those chances. And, yeah, Dubzje can't afford to give him too many more. Just getting ready now for this second half of the first leg. Vinny just getting things prepared now. So it's Germany versus Brazil. A match we've seen time and time again at the upper echelons of football, including the 2002 World Cup final, of course. Brazil came out on top that time. 2-0 victory. It's 1-0 to the Brazilian here in Germany.
And another reason that I'm putting some stress on focusing on your defense, not being too aggressive for Dubzje, is because great defense equals easy offense. That's the transition that he wants.
So it's Dubzje on the ball now, trying to get a goal back from kickoff. Ronaldo. Good tackle from Vinny. Can he counter? Great skill from Cristiano. Mbappe. To Ronaldo now. Mbappe making the run just to his right. Trying to find Neymar. Gets a little bit of luck as it falls to him. Eusebio hits it first time. Yellow on the timing. Not going to beat Van der Sar from that angle without a green time shot.
Creative play with the usage of the drag back, and that's why the drag back is one of the most effective skill moves in FIFA, is because it's simple, but you can execute it in so many different variations.
And so many players can do it, right?
Everyone can do it on the pitch.
Exactly. Hullet. Neymar. Great defence again from Vini. He's got them deep, he's got them well drilled. They're not giving Dubzje's boys any space at all. Da Costa inside now. Vieira. Ronaldo. Shimmies to the right, finds Mbappe. Great pass inside, asking the question. And the defence answered it. Van der Sar switching it over to Da Costa. Good first touch, away from trouble. Havertz has had a couple of chances in that first leg. Not really impressing right now for Dubzje, has to be said. One man that is impressing is Ronaldo. He's playing that creative role at the moment. Plenty of through balls for Ronaldo so far. Can they find him here for a shot? He hits it first time, and I thought it was going to nestle in the top corner, but it was just wide. Vini now going for another attack. Mbappe bounces off him there. Throw in. There's no doubt, Mike, that Vini's so dangerous just countering, and when he gets the ball, he doesn't wait too long. He just waits for his attackers to get with him, and then he goes for it.
And he's dangerous yet comfortable with the counterattacks. You can tell that he doesn't mind sitting in and waiting for his chance or waiting for his opportunity.
Here's Dubzje, got to take it. Had to take that one. Ronaldo has put it over. And once again, we've not only seen a missed opportunity from Dubzje, we've seen him fail to make the keeper work. Got to ask a question of Van der Sar here.
And as chances build and you miss those opportunities, that affects your mentality. What's it going to take to beat his goalkeeper? I've got to be a little bit better. And you start second-guessing yourself.
Eusebio, can he deliver? He has done. Towards the back post. It's another good chance gone missing this time, though, for Vini. Did get a deflection, so it will be a corner. We've got Neymar to deliver it. Quite wide, looking for the flick on from Van Dijk. Oh, Varane is playing a dangerous game in there for Dubzje, who needs to get his act together in this game. Lots of time left for him. It's only the first leg, but not seen him really work the keeper yet. Hullet. To Neymar, bit of space now. Can he play that through ball? Van Dijk advances from the back. Very nicely indeed. Eusebio getting space himself on the left now. Is he going to flick up the cross? He does. Here it comes. Van der Sar ready and waiting. Definitely a tactic of Vini's that he's happy to go for. And Dubzje's making some strange choices at the back, has to be said. Ronaldo. Ball inside to Neymar. First time over to Havertz. Can he get a shot off? Returns it to Neymar. Looks for the 1-2-3. Got to be a goal. This time it is. And we are level. Even Stevens. And what Dubzje did well that time, Mike, is he made himself a chance that couldn't be missed.
He made every single extra pass. He got into a flow, quick turn. You could see that something was going to happen. He was going to generate an attack. He got the overlapping run. And even though it's kind of an unsung hero here with Vieira, he could tuck it away from there. 8 yards out, not an issue.
It was that extra pass, which we haven't seen Dubzje really do so far in this game, shooting from distance instead. But the extra pass on this occasion was what got him the goal. So it's all level, 1-1. Very interested to see how the Brazilian bounces back for this. Vini no longer in charge of the fixture. Eusebio on the ball. Into Neymar. Hullet. Nice pass over to Mbappe, has to get there quickly. There's a foul on Hullet. There might be a yellow card for Dubzje here. I think the ref's going to come over. I think he's going to get a booking. I'm sure it won't be anything too serious. There's the yellow. So I think that means both Da Costa's now booked. So the right back spot is vulnerable. Now, do we see Vini deliver this one? I think he might. We've seen lots of goals scored from these sort of angles. Just find one of the big man's head. You can see Ronaldo making his way into the box. Keep a lookout on him. The ball wasn't good enough. Eusebio hits it instead, though, and that's improvisation. Because you can see, unless it was a decoy, it looked like Vini was aiming at Ronaldo for the flick on, but the ball didn't find him. Eusebio instead flicks it up, and what a hit on the left foot.
It makes you wonder, because we saw Rafsu score multiple goals from this position against Vini, and maybe Vini went home, got back to the drawing board, and implemented it into his gameplay.
Once again, Vini is in control. Dubzje has to come back from behind once more. Da Costa on the ball for Dubzje. Plays it inside and gets away with it a little bit, finding Hullet eventually. Neymar into Ronaldo. Good first touch. Cristiano Ronaldo, can he deliver? Van Dijk stops him in his tracks. Eusebio picks out Cristiano Ronaldo here for Vini. Hullet constantly pressing. Da Costa. Remember, 3 players on Vini's team are booked with a yellow card here, all at risk of a red. Ronaldo on the ball, great turn. Again, it's just Van Dijk is so hard to get around. You can't get within like a 2-3 metre radius of the Dutchman. He will get the ball off you. And here's Havertz here, once more suppressed by the fantastic work of a potential Ballon d'Or winner, Virgil van Dijk. Eusebio on the left side. Da Costa on the yellow card, got to be careful. Oh, there's a foul, but I think this one was by Van Dijk, not Da Costa. So I think that's going to be okay. Another chance, though, for Vini to whip it in. Let's keep an eye on Ronaldo. See if he selects him. And look to see who he's aiming this free kick at. Is he going to go short? You can see Dubzje's got Van Dijk selected. He's going to go switch all over to the right-hand side. Vieira flicks it back in. Again, it's nice improvisation from Vini on the set piece.
And we've seen a shift with these set pieces. If you guys have been watching the competitive scene for the majority of this year, in these types of, I wouldn't say, they're not really direct set pieces, indirect set pieces. Usually you lay it off short and you look to find space. However, we're seeing a more direct approach in recent times, where they're looking for that flick on or even going directly at goal with maybe a long header. We saw the flick up to the volley earlier, and it seems to be a little bit more effective.
Here we go then, Vini to attack in the last few minutes of this first half. Or first leg, I should say. First half of the fixture. Can't keep the ball, though, and it's going to give Dubzje another chance, getting away with it a little bit there with Militao. Now, can he attack? Can he level it up before the break? No, he's lost possession in a dangerous area, gets it back, and it's to and fro right now. Neither team holding on to it for very long. Vieira now advances into Vini's half. Dubzje looking for this equaliser. Showing Da Costa too much of the ball. He's giving it to Vini now. Can he punish? There's a run being made past Ronaldo, but Van Dijk has been ever present. He's been omniscient, omnipotent. Can't get past him.
And you're right with Van Dijk. He just swarms you as if it's a school of bees. I don't know if that's the saying. School of bees, a group of bees, a lot of bees. Once you get around Virgil van Dijk,
family of bees,
a family of bees,
a monarchy of bees.
A monarchy of bees.
That's not correct, but it sounds good. The queen bee. Anyway, the point is this: Van Dijk will sting you.
Absolutely. If you're within 2 or 3 yards from Van Dijk, Van Dijk's going to come out as the in behind.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
The beehive. Let's stop the wordplay and let's get on with some FIFA. Second leg coming up. That's Dubzje on your screen right there in the red of Bayer Leverkusen. And he's currently 2-1 behind to the Brazilian NSE Vini.
And he might feel a little bit unlucky. I feel like he deserved to go in with a draw heading into the second leg. But fair play to Vini, being clinical as per usual.
That he is. Dubzje now switched into a darker strip, and Vini remains in the red kit. He's giving the ball away, Dubzje. Can't afford to do that too many times this game. Vini will punish him. Vini obviously with a clean slate of players in terms of bookings now. Doesn't need to worry about those 3 yellow cards. Dubzje attacking. Neymar. Vieira, nice little ball roll from the Frenchman. Firm but fair tackle from Vini, but a poor pass followed it. Neymar. Now, can he get a little bit more out of Havertz in this game, Dubzje? I felt like, yes, he got the assist, but I felt like attacking, he wasn't as useful as he could have been. Vieira. Da Costa. Neymar, chance here, hits it first time. Great keeper movement.
And I was just going to say, Dubzje needs to have a little bit more of that dynamic creativity in the final third. We didn't see it in the first leg, and that's why he was only able to convert that one opportunity, which included some more direct play with the overlapping runs, just getting your timing right, making that extra pass.
Yeah, I mean, if he hadn't moved that keeper into the right-hand side of the goal there, or the top left from his angle, that was going straight in. But Van der Sar was ready and waiting. Keeper movement can be so crucial. It can save you or it can ruin your day. Mbappe. Made space, great ball. Ronaldo, oh, it's a fantastic pass. You know what, some people don't see those passes. Myself, I thought he was going to go for the dink. I hadn't looked down below. But Vini was ready. He picked out the through ball and he got a 2-goal lead.
Dubzje also wasn't ready. Once he got that initial through ball, Dubzje was thinking, oh, he's going to take this on direct. Takes a second off. Da Costa, wrong side of Eusebio there, and it's an easy tap-in finish. Easy layoff.
And it's so quick. He gets the ball on the right side. Nice bit of movement. One through ball, followed by another. Ball's in the back of the net. There's no waiting around with Vini.
Efficient. Absolutely efficient.
Really is. In front of goal, it's a sight to be seen. You can't give him too many chances because he takes them. He really does. Vini gets it over at right back now.
And just to recap, at one point in this tournament, Vini was 1-3, fighting for his dream. Faced with elimination, not once, not twice, but 3 separate occasions before getting into the knockout rounds.
And that dream is very much alive and kicking. If he wins this game, he'll be in the semi-final. He'll take on Rebel Stokes. If he wins that, he's looking good.
And that's complete contradicting styles, where Stokes wants high-scoring back-and-forth matchups, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, and Vini would like to sit back and counter, and more counter.
Militao comes across and gets the ball. And you talked earlier in your segment, looking at different teams, Mike, about the variance we've seen at left-back. And Militao, another option people could use there, traditionally not a left-back, of course. But it seems to be working to an extent for Dubzje in this tournament.
Well, basically, you have 7 or 8 options, whether you're going with Ramos, Mendy, Casello, Varane, Alexandro, even Marcos Alonso, Militao. You name it, you could put anyone there. It's just whoever you think's the best fit for you.
Dubzje needs to take this chance here. Gets the shot off. He's going to get a second go. Header, keeper's come out. Where's he going with that Superman punch? Misses the ball completely. Luckily, his centre-back dropped into cover. That's a moment that Dubzje will regret, potentially, not taking that chance.
I think he missed an extra pass, and then, of course, the shot got deflected. You got the rebound opportunity with Cristiano, maybe a bit unlucky to not convert that opportunity. Surprised the header went into the ground. Maybe use a downward header instead of having a bit more of a lob.
Another tough tackle there from Dubzje, but Vini's playing advantage here. In fact, there was 2 advantages back-to-back in one move, and Varane's going to pick up a yellow card here, I think, for Dubzje. And Vini has been very, very effective from these free kicks so far. Now, can he deliver and create another chance? Because if he gets a 4th, Mike, it could be too much for Dubzje, who you've already identified as someone who isn't scoring a plethora of goals. Now, Neymar's over it. He's not going to shoot, but it is near enough that he could do a little run-over tactic as opposed to whipping it in. There it is from Neymar. Runs over the ball, gets it straight away. Can he create space? Da Costa ready. Gets the ball off him. And he's run all the way from the left side to the right side, which kind of makes sense because he's playing right back, so he's returned to his native position. Bit of work to do here for the keeper. Van der Sar off his line quick enough.
And Vini's done a wonderful job there of offsetting the timing. So he's using the midfielders to step while at the same time running back with the center backs covering the runner.
Dubzje's almost profiting there off a Vini mistake at the back, and he's got a free kick of his own here. He's not going to rush it. He's going to set up shop, potentially do another run over. Yes, once again with Neymar, but this time he sends it to Ronaldo, sends it to Hullet, back into Neymar. Ronaldo, good passing, terrible shot. Absolutely dragged it. It looked more like a pass than a shot, but it was a hit from Ronaldo.
And that's a bit more of your classic indirect free kick, where you see the short layoff, you look for a couple intricate passes, you drop it off with a through ball, and then you have a choice to make. Do you want to pass it across? Do you want to whip it across potentially, or go for goal? In this scenario here, he went for goal, and it didn't go that well for him.
No, not at all. Eusebio. Oh, what a ball that is to find Neymar, but great defending from the yellow-carded Rafael Varane.
And the story of this game thus far has been finishing your chances. Dubzje's arguably made more opportunities than Vini, but he has not been able to convert.
It's another good chance here. Oh, you know what? Keeper came out, went back again. I thought he was going to be left in no man's land, but he did commit to it in the end. And those through balls can be really effective in this game. Da Costa on the right side for Vini. Lovely ball in behind for Mbappe to run onto. Keeper's come off his line a little bit. He's retreated now, and it was a good tactic used there by Dubzje, just to cause Vini to second guess himself.
This is where Dubzje has to break before Vini gets bodies back.
Dubzje still got the ball. Vieira. It's great positioning of the defence from Vini, who's everywhere, but Dubzje's done enough to get the ball in the box here. Havertz's pass is cut out, though.
And once again, just perfect anticipation there. Ferdinand waits for the pass across the middle instead of being aggressive towards the ball. Guesses one ahead, so to speak, one pass ahead, and he gets rewarded for it.
Dubzje will have a chance if he can pick out the pass to Ronaldo. He gets the second go at it, Hullet, and another one. And this time the header just looped into the very grateful gloves of Edwin van der Sar.
Not luck.
Could have been a lot more troublesome.
And you see him knocking on the door, but that door is
But
locked.
Vini had a good
And
block.
Vini's able to continue with the clean sheet, and the clock keeps ticking.
It does indeed. Eusebio looking for another ball in behind here. Van Dijk is going to need a better ball than that if it's going to catch him out. Eusebio. Ronaldo takes it in his stride. Great running from the Portuguese. Eusebio, another Portuguese legend, whips it in. Van der Sar comes and punches. Referee needs to get out of the way. And it's half-time in the second leg. And Vini has added to his lead. 2-goal margin over Dubzje.
And you got to think, Dubzje's got to make some changes here pretty soon. Come on, Coach, what are you saying?
Well, what are you saying? What kind of changes are you thinking?
It's got to be more aggressive, but at the same time, with that aggression, you do not want to step with your fullbacks, because Vini has shown and he's proven that that's his outlet. That's what he's looking for. If you could take away some of these easy winger options while you're increasing your pressure play. So basically, you might want to leave the middle open just for a tad bit, challenge him, make him challenge you in the middle of the pitch, and try to break that up with Vieira, break that up with Hullet, start your attack.
Keep your fullback, stay back while attacking, but then add in some, maybe go to 2 up front, or maybe have something that allows the central part of your pitch to be a bit more attacking threat.
Or even having your outside midfielders, keep them outside, have them making sure that you cannot easily have that access. A lot of people look to go into sometimes a 4-3-3, or maybe even going into a 3-5-2. A 3 at the back will obviously give you more width, which will take away the initial pass, the initial outlet. At the same time, there will be more space to get in behind.
Well, as things stand, Dubzje's season has just 45 minutes of FIFA time left, unless he can pick out at least 2 goals here against NSE Vini.
And you got to say the magic minute, if you don't want to make changes, 65th, maybe even the 70th, that he's got to get 1 goal back. Put a little bit of pressure under Vini. We haven't seen Vini under pressure yet.
No, it's Vini putting Dubzje under pressure at the moment. Dubzje rides that wave of pressure, and he's going to try and get the ball forward now. With Ronaldo into Neymar, to Cristiano Ronaldo, great turn. Sends it back to R9. Still got it. Pull it. Vieira to his right, little 1-2 between them. Vieira's going to get it again here, into Havertz, into Neymar! And what a strike that is! And Dubzje needed it. He still needs 1 more, Mike, but he's on the right path.
Dubzje saying, I'm not using time finishing anymore. We're done. We're in this
Come back
first
how it
time.
started.
Neymar, back of the net, top corner, the best corner. And now, maybe you start to feel that sweat a little bit if you're Vini.
I thought at one moment he was going to hit it first time with Havertz on the left foot, something he tried a lot in the first leg unsuccessfully. But what Havertz has become for him, he's a great playmaker. That's the second assist he's got for Dubzje. Both his goals have been created at the feet of the German. Something to think about. He seems to be a little bit more reluctant to shoot with it. Now, can Vini go up the other end and reinstate his 2-goal lead? Dubzje gets it off him. 1 more goal is going to make this real interesting. Militao.
And this changed the landscape, of course. I told you he needed a goal by about the 65th or the 70th. He got it in the 50th or so, which means he doesn't have to go extremely aggressive. Dubzje can take his time. I mean, he'd like to get a goal as quick as possible, but he doesn't have to take the same type of risk on the defensive end.
Dubzje looking a lot more threatening right now, but we know what Vini can do on the counter, and he's not defended properly here, Dubzje. Eusebio with a chance on the left foot. He's hit it from a very tight angle, Mike, and despite the fact he timed it perfectly, he's still going to need a little bit of luck to go in from there.
He was asking for a lot. It was ambitious. I think that Vini thought he might get a chance at a rebound, and he wasn't far off getting that chance at a rebound as well from the initial shot. Just good numbers in the box.
Listen, guys, this game is getting hot and spicy. Dubzje needs just one more, and he looks like he's got it in him to score it. Ronaldo. Good tracking back from Mbappe, the Frenchman.
Dubzje does seem a little more assertive, doesn't he, Spence?
Something's changed for sure, whether it's actually physically in his tactics or just his mentality. He's really going for this, but that does create pockets of space for Vini to punish, as we've talked about. And we know how good he's been at punishing, but right now, his end product's not been good enough.
And if I'm Dubzje, I want to take more risk on, I guess it would be the left side of the pitch, because Vini is using Varane. Varane is not a natural fullback. He's also not a natural creator. So if you're forcing him to go down that side of the pitch, he's not going to be able to take you on, might make more mistakes, could have an off touch. It's better if you're going for some of those aggressive double teams.
Vini once again finding himself in space, out on the flank. Mbappe with two defenders around him, and just before that, there was a sort of 10-minute segment of the game that the game was getting played at a real frenetic pace, which would only suit Dubzje as the man chasing it. And Vini just tried to slow that down by spreading it from right to left and just sort of kind of getting himself back in control of the match.
Dictating the pace is always going to be a crucial tactic, whether you're at a beginner, an intermediate, or a professional or a competitive level in terms of FIFA. If you're able to play at whatever makes you most comfortable, whether that's a slower build-up, a faster build-up, something that is a little more rambunctious, that's back and forth, has a YOLO-esque feel, whatever plays into or suits your best qualities, you want to make sure that that's what you're forcing your opponent to adapt to.
Rambunctious indeed. Word of the day from Mike LaBelle. Challenge has been set for the other casters today. Can you beat rambunctious?
With something that I can beat, or somebody that I can beat in FIFA, it's definitely Mark Onset.
Well, I heard Mark.
He issued a challenge yesterday.
Brave, very brave. Do you back yourself? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark's agreed to a $1,000 game. Just
wow.
saying. So, perfect.
Obviously getting paid too much. Messi into Hullet. Militao. Now, can Dubzje keep this pressure up? Look how deep Vini's players are. Again, as Mike said, look at the mini-map at the bottom, the radar. The red circles are everywhere. Oh, Messi trying some skills here. Ronaldo, so many red shirts around him when he gets the ball. It's so hard to penetrate. It's like when you see an international fixture between a big giant of football, Spain, Germany, and England, or whomever. Notice I put England in there. And they're taking on a smaller country, Luxembourg, if you like, and you see them just backs to the wall. It's actually really hard to break down.
I was going to say it reminds me of a stuffed jalapeno, but I don't know.
Are you hungry?
I guess his defense would be the jalapeno, and he's stuffed. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best analogy, but I'm always hungry.
Some of the other players off to the side of the stage here looking at me like, Spence, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you work with him. It's hard. It's a challenge. Oh, great chance here, though, for Vini on the left side. Eusebio in space, picks it up, crosses it in. Will he win the header? Militao gets it away. And now Dubzje is running out of time a little bit, puts in a through ball of his own over the top. Messi on the right side, left-footed player, of course, is probably going to want to cut it back on that left foot. And that's a little bit predictable. That's what you get with Messi a little bit, is you can read it sometimes, in the game at least.
And well done on the defensive end as well. And here's that outlet to Eusebio.
These balls back and forth down this left side. Pele now plays Ronaldo. It could be over. What a strike from Vini. 2-goal advantage is reinstated. And Mike, has he just booked himself a spot in the semi-final?
You got to say it's his game to lose at this point, or his game to win. He'd have to make mistakes. Have to make mistakes for Dubzje to be able to issue this comeback. He's got 10 in-game minutes remaining. Not a lot of time. Dubzje's got to have an instant rebuttal to even give himself maybe a chance to put a little pressure on Vini. But like I said, Vini's going to sit back. We've already seen it. He stuffs the box. This is not going to be easy. And maybe even more importantly, it's not going to be quick. The clock's against him.
Yeah.
And Vini doesn't allow you to get him behind fast. He's not taking those types of gambles, those types of risks, and especially not when there's only a few minutes left. And that's the difference between him being in the final 8 or heading to the semifinals.
Something we've learned from this game is that if it is Vini that goes through to play Stokes in the next game, and Vini takes the lead in that match, it's going to be difficult because we've seen what he can do in defence. He can make it really hard to penetrate. He can shut up shop, so to speak.
And I'm going to have to eat my words. I said this was my guarantee. We talked about a game that
Yeah, you
You thought
did.
was going to go against the grain, and then a game that you thought was a guarantee. I was thinking to myself, Dubzje has been playing well this entire tournament. I'm going off momentum, consistency. He's going to get this win. I'm going to have to apologize to Vini.
Yeah, and it looks like Dubzje is not going to get the W. That's going to go to Vini as things stand, unless we see an unbelievable comeback in the late stage of this game. 10 minutes of FIFA time. That's enough time, for sure. We've seen more than 2 goals scored in that time before. But the way the game's going, the way that Vini's defence is lined up, it seems unlikely. Hullet, Ronaldo, Vieira, hits it first time. Messi needed to find the corner there. 7 minutes left of normal time. One more from Vini would seal the deal. Eusebio manages to win a throw-in for his team. Every second that goes on that clock now is putting Vini one step closer to a semi-final, one step closer to FEWC qualification, and also another 10 grand on this game, let's not forget. The winner gets up to $20,000 prize money minimum. The loser will go home with 10. Need to see something here from Messi once again on that right side. It's easy to predict what he needs to do. He has to get it back on that left foot. Hullet here, does he strike one? Instead, he plays to Mbappe. Get it back on that right foot, hits it! Oh, and he's dragged it wide, and it was green.
Story of this matchup. You still got to aim it, you still got to power it up, even if you green time the finish. If you didn't do the first 2 right, it's going to go wide, or it's going to go over the goal, and we've seen that time and time again for Dubzje.
We have, and I think his time is up, especially as Vini has the ball on this right side with Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's a foul of frustration from Dubzje there, who probably knows he's not going to be going through. Bar a miracle, it's a straight red card for the red item, Eder Militao. Gone. It was cynical. You know, that again, it was frustration showing from the German. He's gone, down to 10 men. It wasn't going to make a difference to him at this point anyway. And Vini could even add to his lead if he plays brave here, but he doesn't need to. He goes short to Varane. He goes back to Da Costa. Vieira finds Hullet in space. Great ball to the back post. Fantastic vision. Eusebio stings the gloves of Van der Sar and is cleared, and the time is up. There's the whistle. So, he does it again. He keeps on upsetting the predictions. NSE Vini is through. Semi-final with Rebel Stokes coming up. Brazil versus England in that one. Dubzje exits the tournament, and he loses his chances, of course, for qualifying for the FEWC Grand Final. Had a good tournament, though, hasn't he?
He's had a good tournament. A lot of people didn't have him on the radar, didn't think that he'd have the opportunity to make that run, and he surprised a lot of folks. And this is a very respectable performance.